What am I supposed to do?
I do not remember meeting Ben, but it seems like he was always there.
Anybody that knows anything about music or Texas knows about Ben Dorcy.
Ben Dorcy was the band boy, or the roadie. He was, I guess, the first roadie ever.
He's roadies for everybody from John Wayne to Tandy Tucker.
He was a star of the Ice Capades, fought in WW2.
Roller skated with Ann Margaret.
He worked with Elvis, Waylon, Johnny Cash.
There's no Patsy Cline stories because she wasn't wild.
It's no accident that Ben has not just been with big stars. He's been with significant stars.
You know, like when you're in the mafia and somebody goes, you know, he's one of us, he's cool, he's a made man.
He's probably God. He's probably God.
He was with us on the Highwayman show, and they swore there was more than one Ben Dorcy.
He could do something that the other boys couldn't do.
Where are the drugs going?
Get away from me.
Truly America's #1 band boy, the singular and incomparable Ben Dorcy.
He is, like I said in the song Wild Man from Borneo, a hairy, scary, legendary, screaming souvenir. He is somebody that nobody can be, nobody knows.
He's a talk around the campfires and the tales get mighty tall. Big Ben's a living legend and he will outlive us all. He ought to be in the Country Music Hall of Fame.
You might as well just give it to them, because they're going to take it.
I don't want to get too successful.
No.
Just kind of, just be the.
Some people can't handle it.
Just be the Ben I've always looked for.
Some people can't be as humble as me.
Yeah.
How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing very well. I am very happy because I watched your movie this morning.
Oh, nice. What do you think?
I thought it was a very affectionate and loving tribute to quite a character.
Oh, good. I'm glad the love came across.
Do you remember the first time you met Lovey?
No, I was too little. He was just always there. Like pretty much most of the band and crew, I don't remember the first time I met most of them because I was just a little, I was born into it, so I was just, born into the whole shuffle.
When did you get the idea, this is something I want to make a documentary about? This is a man I want to make a documentary about.
My cousin Trevor was the first one of our family, as well, aside from Dad. I think Dad was in the movie business too before Trevor maybe. But my cousin Trevor, the other director, was he was like worked for Friday Night Lights, and like he was working on film sets when he was 16. And so Ben asked Trevor if he would make a movie about him. And then Trevor asked me if I would help because I made a music video with Ben in it, and he was just so fun and he was so great that I was already realizing like this guy has this behind the scenes guy has a lot of star power. And he's really great on camera. And so I was bragging about him to Trevor right around the same time that he was asking Trevor to make a movie about him. So Trevor asked me if I would do it with them. So that was about 16 years ago. So it's taken us a long time to get it together.
How difficult was it to obtain some of the archival footage?
It was just like magic. People were handing it to us. That's maybe part of the benefit of taking a long time to do it is that stuff is allowed to unfold and people can figure out what we're doing and lend us things, or just help us out, like have time to realize that it's happening and put everything together. So yeah, we had a lot of help, had a lot of people the person that did the Highwayman roast, his name is Buddy Pruitt, or AKA Bud Rock. He's Dad's lighting director, so he was the one who filmed it. So it's just kind of been an in-family operation. So I think that's another part of it. It was all kind of, it's all in-house. It was all there. It's just a matter of finding it.
I got the impression watching the documentary that Lovey had his good days and maybe sometimes he had his cranky days.
Yeah.
I love the way he brushed off the faux Batman on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Were there days when he just said, no, I don't want to shoot today?
Yeah, there were. I mean, I think, and because I think he got frustrated with us because it was taking us so long to do it. I think he wanted us to be done with it after a couple of weeks, and so he kept wanting a DVD of it. And then finally, when we were able to get him a DVD of an edit, he didn't have a DVD player, so we had to buy him a DVD player to show him his edit. But yeah, he was moody. Yeah, I mean, and it sort of became, he was really excited in the beginning, and then it started to take us a while, and I think he started to lose faith in us. And so we started to just be these people that were following him with a camera and annoying him. So we were his own personal paparazzi all of a sudden.
It's a joyful film, but it's also got a melancholy edge because you realize so many of these people that Lovey worked for, have left us. How did you feel when you're putting the film together and realizing, well, there's Johnny Cash, there's June Garner Cash, there's so many, Chris Christopherson. Was that at all painful for you?
It was more just great to see them again, and just felt like a miracle that we got to see them talking about Ben and that they were participating in our movie. There were many instances where we just felt them from the beyond helping out. Even Ben, after he passed and we were still working on it, there was a while there because our editor passed away, Molly McDermott, our first editor, and so I ended up editing for a long time and until we could find somebody else to finish it. And a lot of those times when I was working on it, all these weird glitches would happen, but they would somehow make everything better. And I just kept thinking, Ben's doing this, or, John Wayne, Ben, Johnny, June, we've got so many people up on the other side. We've got a full production crew on the other side bringing this together.
Now, I notice you're referring to him as Ben more often than Lovey. Was Ben how he preferred to be addressed, or Lovey?
I think he loved being addressed as Lovey, and I'll go back and forth between calling him Ben and Lovey, but I think when I was a kid, I just always knew him as Ben.
That was an interesting piece of the film where you realize, not only did people call him Lovey, that was, which is a good way to get by if you may have forgotten somebody's name.
That might have been where it came from. Yeah, it's a good idea.
I would borrow that, except, nowadays you refer to a woman as Lovey, and, that could be considered not politically correct, let's say.
Maybe not. I don't know. We haven't tried that one out yet.
What was the most difficult part of making the movie? I mean, in terms of, getting access to certain footage to illustrate something that was said, or, dredging up memories for Ben as well as yourself.
It was all really, I don't know. It was all pretty difficult. Like when we finally bought the cameras and really got it going, the first night of us using high quality camera footage was on the first Ben Dorcy day, and we decided we better get, we have to capture this if we're doing a documentary on Ben. So we got, we were all living in different states. Trevor was in California, I was in Tennessee, Dad was in Texas, Ben was in Texas. So it was, for a long time, it was just we would get footage when we could, and when I was out on the road with Dad, I would grab some footage when I could. So that was difficult, doing it from different states. And then when we finally got it together to film him with nice cameras and go to his event and take him to his event, was the day that he found out that his car broke down. So it was like the day that he was being celebrated for all that he was capable of. His capabilities got taken away that same day. A good portion of his independence got taken away that day. And so it was hard to just see that unfold too, and that was how crushing for him.
What is your fondest wish for? What do you think people will take away from this movie?
Two things. One, I want people to take away that there are these people that are making the shows go smoothly and bringing them music to town after town and making it happen, and the people who are carrying the spotlight aren't ever in the spotlight. So just the idea that the roadies and the production crew. There's all these people that when they do their jobs well, they become invisible. And you only notice when they do it poorly. So all these people that are excelling at their jobs are getting very much credit for it. So I think that's one of the things, is just to be able to think about them and consider all the other professions that have that same quality, and just to appreciate people for bringing life and music all around the world. And I think the other thing is I want people to carry away is that maybe don't make Grandpa retire, because I think if he had retired, he wouldn't have lived till 92. He wouldn't have been doing what he wanted to do. And the fact that he didn't have any surviving family members to lead, nobody could legally tell him what to do. I think that's what kept him going, is that his road family didn't put any limitations on him.
Well, as you have in the film, he worked up until about a week before he passed away. So maybe this was what was keeping him alive.
I think so. Yeah, I think it was. Just that he was having too good of a time. He was too big of a part of the show.
Well, thank you very much for the words. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great reaction you deserve at the Dallas Festival this weekend. One quick thing. I've talked to your father a few times over the years, and the last time he was at Luck shooting a movie with Charlotte Rampling.
Oh, yeah, that was a great one.
And I've noticed over the years that sometimes people will say nice things about people they work with, but it never gets back to them. So please tell your dad that Charlotte Rampling was so happy to be working with him and was very complimentary. And she agreed with me that he really underestimates his talent as an actor.
Oh, I will tell him that. He would love to know that. And I know that he really enjoyed working with her, too. What a beautiful person. So,
well, thank you again, and continued good fortune to you.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. And I just wanted to, in case it didn't make it onto, I think it didn't make it onto our first press release, but the fact that my dad is the executive producer, and so he had a lot to do with this film, and it couldn't have been done without him making it happen.
Well, he appreciated the fellow just as much as you did, and as much as anybody else in the film did. So.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you. So nice to talk to you.